This is Transformers Power Core Combiner's Searchlight with his Minicon buddy Backwind. It's an interesting pair, perhaps the most unique among the three figures, the first wave of the Power Core Combiners 2-packs. Let's take a look at the figure. It's quite an interesting figure, bit back heavy because of these two hinges of the cockpit of the helicopter. You already see that he is obviously a helicopter transformer, and he does look a little bit like the Transformers the movie Incinerator, albeit a downsized version because of the two rotor blades on his hands, and with him he's got actual hands instead of having the blades as his hands. So very nice. I'm glad Hasbro did that and still incorporated in the transformation the actual engine blocks of where the rotors should be in helicopter mode. So that's nice. Colors are great. Articulation is very nice. Ball jointed shoulder, ball jointed elbow with a hinge because of transformation. Ball jointed neck, ball hinge knees, thigh swivel, hinge knee with the biggest badass knee pads I've ever seen for any scout figure, and a hinge ankle because of transformation. The one thing I was really disappointed with this figure, it is a major flaw in my opinion, is that the design team at Hasbro actually forgot to put, or at least mold in, or design in some way, a method or a way to keep these shoulders, these whole assembly, from swiveling out of control in robot mode. There is no way you can tab it. I mean, they were probably banking on just, keeping these pieces just bent slightly so that it just hits the back of the thigh and it stops, and that's it. They could have easily put a tab, a small peg, and a hole that could have locked in there or locked in here. They made it in such a way that there's really no way you can put a tab anywhere or snap anything in. So this thing will keep moving. If you move the arms, it will just kind of annoying. But I mean, the guy looks great as a silhouette. Look at that. It is an amazing design, but somehow they just dropped the ball somewhere and they forgot to put tabs somewhere. I don't know. It's bit of a downer, I have to admit, but don't let it stop you from admiring this figure. It's still a wonderful figure. The other minor thing is that this thing, you can do whatever you want to do with it. I just wish they would have put more defined transformation into it, instead of just leaving it to the owner of the figure to just do whatever he wants to do with it. But anyway, it's still okay. The rotor blades are removable and interchangeable if you wish. Both forearms are unique. There's only one way to transform them. This one goes at the back. This forms the back rotor, and this one is the front engine, the front rotor of the helicopter. So that's that. So we'll get rid of the blades for now. I like the blades. I actually prefer the blades to be on, but just for purposes of this review, we're going to leave it out in robot mode just for now, so I can show you the features of the Minicon. He's an odd-looking Minicon, a little bit like a gorilla, a cybernetic gorilla, because of the long arms and the short, stubby legs. But he's cool. The transparent green is bothering me a little bit, just a little bit. I wish it would have been in another color, like yellow or dark blue, or maybe something in his colors. But they chose green, so there. One hand has molded in a Gatling gun, the other one is just a plain old hook. That's that. He can become a weapon, obviously, for Searchlight, and it is a bit of a corny transformation, but nevertheless, it's still there. So to transform him, you want to go ahead and just fold the feet this way in sort of an L position, and that's that. He forms like a squarish gun, which you can peg on either hand, I suppose, and onto the hand of Searchlight. It holds very well, but I think it's a corny transformation because it flops over and it doesn't really work for me. For me, all the the three other weapon modes of the Minicon is just plain useless. Except maybe for the vehicle weapon mode, that was pretty okay. But the best mode that this figure had, that I think Hasbro spent a lot of time on, is really the robot mode, which is just cool. He can also become an armor, which is again kind of forced. It's supposed to be something like this. Like that. This ball joint just keeps popping off for one reason or another. Okay. And Searchlight has a port, a Minicon port, and you can just tab him in front. It's still a little bit forced. I'm not sure what Hasbro's going for this. Although what's interesting is that he can have searchlights, just like that. So there. And finally, the vehicle alt mode, I think, is really wait, let me just okay, wait, let me just put him back in robot mode, and then we can begin. We can start from there. Okay. So just do this, this, and then this. It's still a corny transformation, but it's supposed to connect underneath the chopper, which I'll show later, and it forms a gun and a rescue hook. So we'll keep it there like that for now. So to transform him, I was actually quite amazed with the transformation of this figure. It is pretty interesting. That's a plus that I'll give this figure. Before we do that, I'm sure you want to see him in combined mode. It's nothing special, nothing spectacular. Just, you know, fold the feet this way, oh, transform him this way, and then the arms, they just bend backwards like that, and then you fold the two side panels like that, and then just reveal the head this way. He looks a little bit like Sentinel Prime, but that's it. So transform him into his search and rescue helicopter, so, or chopper. You want to go ahead and keep that position. Fold this up like so. Okay, yeah, like that. They're supposed to meet. They don't, again, they don't tab in. They just sort of meet like that. Fold in this thing. Fold the head up, and then this is really where the magic happens. Okay, right. This one, the smaller piece, goes up top here, which I thought was pretty cool, like that. And then you can just go ahead and snap the cockpit onto the arms. And the other one, you can split it up, and then it will go on the other side, like so. Which this one's a little bit tougher to connect, but you get the idea. Okay, and then you can go ahead and connect the Minicon underneath. As I said, it'll form the gun and the hook and the lights. The lights, you can move them however you want. So he's really like a search and rescue with a search and rescue attack chopper, I suppose. And then on the front you put the 4-pronged blade, and then on the back you put the 3-pronged blade. And there is Searchlight with Backwind in their alt mode. Very cool, very nice. Again, as I said, the transformation just really blew me away. It's not the best Power Core Combiner 2-pack in the first wave. I won't suggest you get him first. I'd probably get him last after you get Smolder and Huffer first, and then you can get him. But it's still a worthy purchase if you really like the Scouts that the movie line has come up with, and you like the Power Core Combiners. He's still a worthy purchase despite the flaws that I've explained earlier. I still like this figure, not as much as the other two. So there you have it. Transformers, Power Core Combiners, Searchlight with Backwind. Thanks for watching.